coming to the heme catabolism, the site is macro. This catabolism of heme takes place in macrophages. Coming to the mechanism of heme catabolism, first of all, our blood consists of hemoglobin. First step in heme catabolism is the hemoglobin will be dissociated and it will broken down into two parts. One is globin while other one is heme. Now this globin will undergo further steps will result in the formation of amino acids. Now the another part apart from globin is heme. Now coming to the heme with the help of enzyme called heme oxygenase will be converted into biliverdin. Heme oxygenase, it is NADPH dependent. Now it will be in this step there will be releasing of carbon monoxide and ferrous ion. Here if we consider the structure of hemoglobin, it consists of 4 iron molecules. At one end of the hemoglobin, it consists of one bond called as alpha methylene bond. This is a structure related to hemoglobin. Now biliverdin will be converted into bilirubin with the help of enzyme called biliverdin reductase. Now if we consider this structure, biliverdin, it consists of 4 iron molecules. Now the methylene will be converted into methane. This is alpha methynyl bond and it is alpha methane group or methane bond. Now the bilirubin which is formed, it is unconjugated in nature. The bilirubin which is formed will be entered into the blood. Now in blood it consists of albumins. Now the bilirubin which is entered into the blood will bind up with the albumins. There will be complex formation called as bilirubin albumin complex. Now it is in unconjugated form. Now the bilirubin albumin complex, it will be entered into the hepatocytes. That is it will enter into the liver. Now if we consider the structure, this is endothelium of the hepatocytes and this is the hepatocyte structure. If we consider this complex albumin plus bilirubin, it will enter into endothelium, then it will be entered into the hepatocytes. Now whenever this bilirubin and albumin complex will be entered into the hepatocytes, this bilirubin and albumin both get separated. This is bilirubin and this is albumin. Now if we consider, there are two special proteins which are present in hepatocytes. Two special proteins. These are ligandin and protein Y. The main function of these two, ligandin and protein Y, is it will prevent the backward flow of bilirubin which is entered into the hepatocytes into the blood again. The main function is whenever the albumin and bilirubin will be entered into the hepatocytes, it will block the again. Now this synthesis of heme will be explained in 3 steps. First step is uptake of heme by hepatocytes. Second step is conjugation. Now the third step is secretion of heme into the bile. Coming to the first step, uptake. This step is done by the two special proteins, ligandin and protein Y. As I told, this is the first step. It is the first step. Coming to the conjugation, second step, conjugation. The bilirubin which is formed in this stage, it is in unconjugated form and it cannot be used, and it is water insoluble and it is fat soluble and it is toxic to our nature, toxic to our body. Now what is the process which takes place in conjugation? Here the bilirubin which is formed, it is in unconjugated form. Now in first step it will be having two steps. This is first step and it is second step. Now bilirubin with the help of UDP glucuronide transferase 1, bilirubin will be converted into bilirubin monoglucuronide. Now it is primary. Now with the help of UDP glucuronide transferase 2, this bilirubin monoglucuronide will be transferred into bilirubin diglucuronide, and which is formed, bilirubin diglucuronide which is formed is in conjugated form. Now this is the second step. Coming to the third step, secretion into the bile. Now the bilirubin diglucuronide which is formed will be entered into the bile canaliculi with the help of the enzyme called MRP3. MRP means multi-drug resistance protein 3. Here we see conjugated bilirubin will be entered into the canalicule with the help of MRP3. Now the bilirubin which is entered into the canaliculi will be converted into the urobilinogen. Now this urobilinogen has two possibilities. One is either this is first possibility, this is second possibility. This urobilinogen either can be converted into the urobilin and excrete through urine. Now the another possibility is this urobilinogen will be converted into stercobilinogen. Now this stercobilinogen will be gone out of our body through fecal matter